Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. So glad you all are coming on in. This is the Surrender Break Room. Thank you all for coming on in. Come hang out with me on today in the Surrender Break Room. I'm actually doing something new, which my social media person doesn't know I'm doing. I'm actually going live in our Surrender 365 group as well as in our YouTube, on our YouTube. So welcome, welcome. Glad you all are coming on in and hanging out. This is a good day to give thanks and to talk about just what does it mean to surrender, like the art of your surrender, and how do you allow for your dreams to come true. That's what we're talking about today. How do you allow for that? How do you make that happen? There are some things that are necessary, that are imperative if you're going to let that be so. So come on in, come hang out. Hey, Facebook Live. Glad you guys are coming on in. I see you, YouTube. I see you all coming on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Celeste Owens, author, speaker, and leader of the Global Surrender Movement. And I like to say that surrender is simply doing God's will, His way, all the time. God's will, His way, all the time. So, how do you do His will and get out of the way so that your dreams can come to pass? So, we're talking today about the art of your surrender. If you don't know, I actually have a book by the same title, and I'll show you here. It's called same title, The Art of Your Surrender. The Art of Your Surrender. It's about, I have a book called The 40-Day Surrender Fast, right? Some of you have done the fast, and that is about this 40-day experience, just surrendering, learning how to surrender one sometimes, and then also surrendering and just allowing God to transition you to your next season. Awesome, right? But this is how to keep surrender. The art of your surrender is how you keep your surrender 41 days and beyond. So what does that look like? And I'm constantly needing to remind myself of this. Like, what does that look like to be in a posture of surrender daily, hourly, minutely? That's not a word now, but minute by minute. How does it look? What does it look like? So I want to tell you this quick story. Okay, I'm not going to be before you long. Just want to tell you this quick story. So if you follow me, you know I have been talking about my son AJ. Talk about my son AJ and how he has this huge dream to be in the MLB. So I will sometimes say, my son plays for the MLB, and people are like, what? In the future. In the future, he does. Not at this moment, but speak those things that are not as if they are so. And you got to start living like they are so. And even when you come up against huge challenges can't stop the dream. Only thing can stop the dream is you and you getting in the way. But huge challenges, I want you to start thinking about those as opportunities. And I was sitting in my like little nook where I have all my books. And this book just jumped out at me a couple of days ago. And it's just really been blessing me all over again. I don't know if you guys have read The Dream Giver, Bruce Wilkinson, The Dream Giver. Has anybody read that? Shout out to Bruce Wilkinson. And if you just pop in the chat, yes, that's awesome. It's really pretty good. It's a story of this person named Nobody. No, Ordinary. But he lives in a town called Nobody. Something like that. But then he all of a sudden realized he wants to be a somebody. I'm like, go ahead, Ordinary. You better be somebody. And that's what he decides to do. And then it talks about all of this, like what gets in the way of the dream and all that. And one of the things that he did say, welcome, you guys. One of the things that he did say was how when you have those challenges, let me find it real quick for you guys. I want to see if I can read it for you. But he talks about how the challenges, ordinary leaves his comfort zone. It's somewhere in here. See, it's one of those things where you gotta, here it is. I found it. Hey, everybody, Reverend Michelle, Christy, and Franklin. I'm glad you guys are coming on. We're talking about the art of your surrender. Hey, Rita on Facebook. And you know what gets in the way of you just actualizing and maximizing your dreams? You guys shout out Reverend Michelle. She just had a birthday. Happy belated birthday to her. Birthday was a couple days ago. So glad you all are coming on. Hey, same old Gina. So he says in The Dream Giver, because we're talking about how you make this thing happen. And allow it to happen. I should more say allow it to happen. Every dreamer soon learns that the road to the future you really want is clogged with dream-threatening obstacles. Clogged. Dream-threatening obstacles. That's why so many turn back. But what many don't realize, and what I missed for years, is that each obstacle is also an important opportunity. The obstacle comes in a predictable sequence and each for a very promising reason. The obstacles have a purpose. What? The purpose in the obstacle. Maybe Reverend need to preach that for us. The purpose in the obstacle. But anyway, I was just reading from Dream Giver. If you're just jumping on, Dream Giver, Bruce Wilkinson. So let's just talk real quick. I got a couple minutes with y'all. Okay, couple minutes. So anyway, AJ's pursuing his baseball dream, and he's actually at a camp now. Like he's at his first camp ever, 3-day intensive, all day long baseball, and he's had baseball in his heart for years now. Just years now, he's had baseball in his heart, and he pursued a couple other things. Went to football because my husband loves football. So I guess AJ was kind of like, yeah, let's try this football thing. Went to football. The first time he saw a kid get tackled and knocked out, he's like, Coach, don't put me in. It was so funny. I was mad. Like after the game, I was like, AJ, everybody got in. The coach didn't put you in. I'm going to go talk to him. He's like, no, my. I asked him not to put me in. I said, boy, I'm paying for this football and you asked to not be put in. But I totally got it. I was like, yeah, you saw that kid get knocked out. Yeah, that's enough to change anybody's mind. Like, I'm out. Deuces football. He was like, that's not for me. So anyway, now he's doing baseball exclusively. He loves it. He's passionate about it. He practices on his own. So it's awesome. So he joined his team this summer, you guys. He joined his team this summer. So this is the whole point of this conversation right now. Whatever is in your heart, I need you to stop thinking about it, worrying about it. I need you to release it back. I need you to know that it's going to happen in such a way that you're not overthinking it. You're not getting in the way. So AJ tells me he joined this team for the summer, and then he tells me that he played like a little bit the first game. And after that, he just riding the bench. So it's like 5 games in, he's just riding the bench. And I'm like, and then the thing that really took it over the top is that he came home last week and was like, Ma, I'm the only one didn't get in the game. Okay, dream clogging obstacles. You the only one? So then I had to say, wait a minute, let's start thinking about, because then I'm getting, you get all mad and you feel the heat coming and you're like, okay. I'm like, no, let's think about this correctly. Think about this correctly. AJ, you don't have as much experience playing. This is not personal. The coach wants to win. He's going to put in the people he thinks is going to help him to win. This ain't personal, AJ. So you know what we're going to do? He's going to pray that God gives you more playing time because this ain't personal. Okay, Ma. See, that's the first thing when you guys wanting a dream to come to pass. Realize it ain't personal. That obstacle comes as an opportunity. It is not personal. So that's the first thing. I had to release any bitterness. So if you thinking you're going to hit a dream with a whole bunch of bitterness and unforgiveness and mad and frustrated, it ain't going to happen. Because look, this is surrender literally means to stop fighting. Surrender literally means to stop fighting against yourself, to stop fighting against God, to stop fighting against what wants to be. The reality that is here and is now, stop fighting against it. You keep fighting, all you're going to do is have a fight. That's all you're going to do. Hey, Tony, just have a fight. And you're going to keep pushing against reality. And you're going to keep pushing against what wants to be here, what wants to come to pass. If you just keep on fighting. So surrender literally means, you can pop that in the chat, to stop fighting. So I want y'all to think about that thing that you're fighting, that you really want really bad, and you're trying to figure out how to make it happen. And your fight could be worrying. That's a fight. You're worrying because when you worry, you act like God don't know what he's doing. Your fighting could be holding on to a whole lot of fear, bitterness, unforgiveness, trying to make it happen the way you want to make it happen, controlling, that's the word, controlling. Those are all examples of fighting against what really wants to be here. You're pushing against reality. So I needed to clear all of that out. AJ needed to clear all of that. I said, AJ, we're praying that you get more time, but if you don't get any time, sit there, be humble, learn, help the coach if he needs help, but you ain't leaving the team. That's not what we do. We're not, when something get hard, you just leave and quit. No. Know that God put you there. Know that baseball's for you. Know you're going to the MLB, right? Yeah, I know that, Ma. Come on now, Aqua. Stop striving against God. That's come on, surrender. Let's literally give it up. So at that moment, he and I surrendered. You're gonna ride the bench just fine. You ride the bench the whole summer. It is what it is. He tells so we hired another coach who helps him pitch because he needed pitching assistant. So we hired this other one-on-one coach that helps him to pitch. He tells the one-on-one coach just randomly that the coach must have been asking about his summer team, and he's like, "Oh, I don't get to play." See, we pray something, you got to surrender that thing, and you got to not think you know how it's going to come. Because when he gets more time, I'm thinking he gets more time with the team he's on. The coach says, Aqua's like, this just for me. Me and Aqua right here, we talking. The coach says to him, I mean, his one-on-one coach, his one-on-one coach says, hey, I know this other team that has similar skills to you. They would love to have you on the team. Let me tell your parents, there's this other team that has a junior and a senior league. You could play on the junior and the senior league. You would get plenty of playing time. Perhaps you might even play the whole game. AJ, the coach texted me, here, they start tonight. If you want to bring them tonight, or you can start tomorrow, but he can come on the team. I'm like, really? Do y'all know we take AJ the next day? He plays. Then I take him to Saturday, and Dell takes him on that Saturday. So that was Thursday. He plays, and Dell takes him on that Saturday. And they had just enough players to play. So AJ played the whole game, Aqua, the entire game. And then the coach told him, dude, you could pitch. Oh, one of his teammates like, you're the best first pitchman I ever seen. Won't he do it? He'll make the last first. Won't he do it? I'm sitting up here rejoicing. I'm like, God, I thought you was, and I told my mom, because mom was praying too. You guys might know First Lady Melinda Shields. She's praying too. I said, Ma, this boy been playing. He played the whole game on Saturday. She was like, I was praying for him. Oh my God. She said, you don't know how God's coming. We got to stop acting like we think we know how God is coming. We got to act like we are surrendered, and we're to stop fighting against what God wants to do. Come on, y'all. Some of y'all holding on to bitterness. You know, so interesting. What's on I ain't mean to have it here, but I do. Y'all know I'm the oil lady. There's an oil called forgive. I think it's just a message God just sending. Some of y'all gonna have to let it go. If you try to maximize this dream you want to have, I'm just gonna put some of this on just in case. Just in case I need to forgive something. I wasn't gonna be mad at the coach. Coach want to win. I ain't mad at him. God gonna do something. God's in control. Y'all need to forgive. Somebody need to forgive. They ain't for everybody. That's for somebody. Come on, let's get brand new in Christ. Let's be a brand new. Come on. Let's do it. So isn't that awesome? So here's another example, then I'm done. Totally done. Try to keep these short. We want to hire. So I have a nonprofit, Surrender 365. Hey, Leslie. God's property. What's going on? I have this is my last one, because some of y'all got a ministry. Some of you got something in your heart that you need to start. Some of you need to write a book. Some of you, I don't know what your thing is, what your dream is. I need you to dust off that dream. I need you to start thinking about it. So all of a sudden we had this idea. I have this nonprofit, Surrender 365, and we do some amazing work around the world, helping marginalized people really maximize their potential, especially in the area of finances and economics, and really being able to earn a living wage by the work of their hands. So we're in a leprosy colony now. We have funded 17 people to be economically free, savvy, sophisticated, running their own businesses. So we know we need to hire now. This is one of those things I just never thought I would even be considering. I don't want to be an employer. Well, sorry, God. I want to be an employer because God wants me to be an employer. So I'm like, we need money. So we start looking to see, like, how do we get funding? And all of a sudden it's like hard. Hard. I'm like, dang, you got to write this big old long letter. You got to get all of your stuff together. You got to see where to mail the letter. You got to see who's taking applications. You got to see the right date. I'm like, this kind of hard right here. Lord, I know sometimes you kind of show up kind of easy for me. And then I'm just like, we're like trudging through now. We're looking through grants. We're looking through this. And I'm just like, this is hard. Did I just say the other day, I don't know, it was over the weekend. I was like, God, if you don't do this, it ain't going to get done. I need your help. I got a lot going on. This whole grant business, I'm going to do my part. But Lord, could you just start sending us money? Yesterday, 1 or 2 days later, I don't know if I made that prayer, that surrender prayer, Saturday or Sunday. I don't know which day I made that prayer, but it was surrender. Like, surrender is not something you just simply do with your mouth. It's a heart thing. It's like when you release that thing, you release the strain, you release the struggle. No more strain and struggle, y'all. Come on, let's get free. When you release that struggle, all of a sudden, it's like the whole atmosphere shifts, the whole universe lines up to make it so. The whole universe, everything lines up like, bam, here we go. She got out of the way. She stopped resisting. She stopped acting like she know what she's doing. I'm going to do my part, God, but I need you to send us some money. And I think just symbolically, the Lord did this. Yesterday, I got this letter from these guys, Open Society Foundations. I don't know who Open Society Foundation is. And they send us a check for $300. I mean, that's not enough to hire nobody. However, it's enough for me to say, I see you, God. Come on, Jesus. I see you. I'm looking this place up. I'm like, who are y'all? And why did you send me money? And it says on the other side, vendor invoice. So you think a vendor invoice means you charging me, but on the other side is a check for $300 made to Surrender 365 Inc. I'm just saying, y'all got to release and let God be God and start showing up and doing what you need. So now I realize, oh, he just started. He just getting my attention. He gonna start sending us some money. It's coming, y'all. It's an overflow. Just like AJ. When AJ got to play, he didn't just get to play 5 minutes. This boy played full games. God don't do it small. When you surrender, it's an overflow. We would say surrender advances. Come on, y'all. Just the beginning. Thank you. Just the beginning. It's about to be done. It's on and popping. I'm like, okay, Jesus, I see you. So anyway, I hope that encouraged you guys. I'm done. Those are my 2 stories for today. I'm done. Let that dream come to pass. Surrender. Practice the art of your surrender. Let it go. Forgive. Be done with it. No bitterness, no fear, no anxiety, no regret about what should have been, could have been, and just let God be God. Surrender it all. So, love you guys. Thanks for watching, Rita and Cynthia, and whoever else is on Facebook. Come on now. Aqua said replay. Hashtag replay. Love that. I'm going to replay it when I forget all this stuff I just said today. And you know what? Even the hashtag replay too. When I dropped AJ off at Nike camp, I had emailed, text my friend Shanta, and I just dropped AJ off at Nike camp. I'll call you in a little bit once I go on the road. And she emails back like, look at God, it's coming to pass. I was like, what's coming to pass? Remember the prophecy? What prophecy? Remember the prophecy from the pastor who said your son was going to play in the MLB just before AJ was even playing baseball? Totally forgot about that. But now that you mentioned it, I remember. Come on, you got to remember what God said. Just because he said it, that's enough for me. Okay, I'm not going to go into preaching. This ain't Sunday morning. All right, love you guys. Stay surrendered for life. There's no other way to live, and I'll catch you next time. Catch you next time. Surrender. Yeah, Surrender 365 group on Facebook. Catch you next time. YouTube, love you much. And catch me today. I'm on a different time today. I'm usually on Wednesday, but I'm on today because Wednesday I have to pick AJ up tomorrow from baseball camp. But I'm going to be on at noon. If you're not tired of me already, I'm going to be on at noon for There's an Oil for That. And we're going to be talking about reducing inflammation, but specifically reducing cortisol on the body so you can reduce belly fat. And there's 2 oils I want to talk about specifically today about reducing belly fat. So make sure you hang out with me today at noon. Be blessed, you guys. You're right on time. Oh, awesome, M. Franklin. So glad that was a blessing to use Aqua as well and Gina. Just because he said it, Gina, that's enough for me. All right, you guys be blessed. Bye bye.